A young talent gave up due to extreme work pressure. EY did not support it anywhere.
So, what kind of work culture, what kind of environment we are creating here?
In her funeral, nobody came.
Nothing going to change until government comes up with very strong rules.
कि यहाँ पे आपका मैनेजर डरता है भाई आपसे बोलने में.
You cannot expect any employee to work after business hours. But he should be ready to work 14 hours a day. My point is why?
Hello everyone. So welcome to our new podcast. And today's topic is about the recent event where a young talent gave up due to extreme work pressure. And the purpose of this podcast is to think about how to cope up with this exceeding and unrealistic expectations, and how we as society, professional, and as parents to prepare and respond to this kind of situation. Okay, so stage is set. Let me just give you a little bit background story. So recently we found one event. I mean, I saw it on LinkedIn that Anna was a girl who was working with EY. It was like 5 months. She joined there, and due to extreme work pressure, she gave up. In nutshell, she take the path of suicide. And moreover to this, EY did not support it anywhere. Even in their funeral, in her funeral, nobody came to attend. So that's quite pity. Maybe, Mama, because I mean you mentioned this topic to me, and you wanted to speak about it. So, Mama, floor is yours.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much, Art. Actually,
Uh,
before we start talking on this topic, so first of all, this is very sensitive issue, very sensitive topic. We all have our families, we all have our dear ones, our relatives, families, kids, parents, brothers, sisters. So there are a couple of things. Number one is what all we are discussing. These are like our personal views based on certain incidents which happened recently, even in past as well. Certain conditions and how one is going through those circumstances, how he is dealing with those things. So important is these views are very personal, and we will try to keep things um, like we will not want, we will have no intention to hurt anyone's emotions, anyone's sentiments, and these are complete personal views. So couple of things. So as you mentioned that a very tragic incident where one very young girl, one very young lady, she she took extreme steps, gave up her life. So very unfortunate, and definitely we can understand the pain of their parents, of her parents, and the kind of situation she has gone through. So very unfortunate incident. But and also as you mentioned that no one from EY attended, or like they have like initially their behavior has been very strange and very unprofessional. In fact, very unsensitive, I would say. Though later on, I believe EY India had made some clarifications, and they shared their apology as well. But that is something which I think whatever loss has been whatever happened, so that is happened. So it is different story. But now thing is to understand: are we really having that level of work pressure? Be it, and in fact, to add to your this particular incident, recently, in fact, yesterday only, I was reading another incident where one man in his early 40s, I think he was working with one of this leading finance company in India, and because of extreme work pressure and unrealistic targets, he gave up his life. He also gave up his life, and he left one very long suicidal note for his wife and family. And even in fact he also mentioned a couple of names as well in that from his senior managers and all. Where he was talking about what the targets they were discussing, those were completely unrealistic, not achievable, and the kind of behavior, insensitive behavior they were uh, having or like they were discussing during those meetings. So finally he did. Very unfortunate incident. And I believe these are a couple of the incidents which we know because of a lot of news and media things, but there could be immense this kind of incidents. And important is we should not be only talking about incidents where someone has taken extreme steps, because there might be people, thousands of people, lakhs of people who are dealing with such situations, though they have not taken like these kind of measures, but definitely we need to understand okay, what kind of mental pressure, mental trauma, and emotional environmental life they are going through, what kind of things their families are also facing, because whatever we like this level of pressure when we face in our work environment, so definitely those also lead to your personal life as well, family life as well. So definitely we should not be only talking about instances where someone has taken action steps. It is also very important to talk about, think about where people are facing these situations, and how they are suffering, how their family is suffering, how their small kids are suffering. So these are
Yeah,
very
that makes
sensitive
sense.
topics.
Mhm.
Now we also need to understand couple of things. Is this situation really so bad? Are we not prepared, or like our youngsters, young people, professional people, people are not prepared to deal such kind of things? Recently, there was also someone comment shared by our honorable finance minister. People have taken different perspective of her comment, but point is, what we need to do in such cases. Is it only about work pressure, extreme, unrealistic work environment, or second is this young generation is not really well prepared to deal such kind of things? So I believe, or in my opinion, it's a mix of each and all these aspects. First, we'll talk about what kind of work environment we have in India and couple of Asia Pacific countries or Asian countries. Second is how we are dealing, or how what kind of upbringing we are seeing in our society. So I believe it's a combination, a mix of all these aspects. First one, if we talk about the working hours, working conditions, immense competition in this environment. So I believe close to somewhere, I may not be 100% accurate in my data when I talk about this, but what I come to know is that in India, average working hours are close to 48 or 50, only 50 hours a week, which is too high compared to most of the big economies or most of these sizable working populations across the country. And I think I believe in Netherlands, these every working hours are close to not more than 27 or 28 hours per week. So we
Yeah,
need to
basically
see.
it is. In general, normal parameter is like 40 hours per week, and people also tend to opt for 36 hours or 32 hours. I mean, if husband wife both works in that
Yeah, so
case.
I might not be 100% sure in my data, but what I heard somewhere in one of this studies that average working hours in Netherlands is close to 27 or something like that. So we
Yeah,
need to understand.
you are actually, Mama, you are right, because I mean, I'm just thinking about. I mean, since I work in IT, and over there it's a normal average, but people also work different things like, I mean, post delivery and all these. So they also work. I mean, 27 hours. So your figures are quite close.
Yeah,
So
it
you
could
are
be.
right.
See, what happens is,
Yeah, yeah,
then we also need to consider the people who are like working partially, people who are might
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
taking some sabbatical. But
Yeah,
point is,
there is large population who work
48 hours,
part
average
time.
48 hours. Yeah, so point is there's 48, 50 hours a week or 27 hours a week.
Yeah.
In most of the European countries, it's close to between 27 to 35 or 38 hours.
Hmm.
Second, and now here we are talking only about the acting working hours. So when people are working actively on their systems in the on the business environment or in their in white collar job, we working directly on the laptops and in office, or even people working in the field market and plant like factory sector, situation become worse when we also talk about or when we also think of passive working hours. So what my understanding is when we talk about this post COVID, then we are also like, we are almost like in a situation of 24 by 7 kind of availability. We have some we feel very easy or we very convenient to even set up some critical calls or some critical discussion to even do it weekends as well. Someone wants to have some discussion, some meeting in comfortable in the US time zone, he is free to do that. So you're supposed to be available at 10 p.m. in India time. Someone wants to discuss in have to meeting with Japan customer. You are okay to available in 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning. Even you want to have daily update meeting or discussion with your US or European customers and US customer, US counterparts. So during their like late evening, you are available at 6:37 in the morning, and we are okay to update, send up quick responses, some meeting notes, meeting updates, and how well we are prepared for some critical meeting on Monday. So we feel very okay and very normal to spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours doing weekends as well. It's a toxic. It's a toxic environment
In, Indeed, Mama,
because the
matlab, I
time
mean, since I am living here, and I mean, Saturday, Sunday, we don't really work. I mean, even on Friday, I mean, afternoon, I mean, we close the work, and tendency is basically to be more productive in, I mean, between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, keep it little bit light. And I think, I mean, here work culture, I mean, if I'm just giving a contrast of European lifestyle. So people have their own life as well. They don't, I mean, they work professionally in work, one job, and maybe they are also like a gym trainer, or maybe they are playing tennis to twice or thrice day in a week. So people have the capacity, option to build their life extra. I mean, to spend time with family, going with kids, I mean, playing, so there are various things people are also involved. I'm just giving a contrast. Just
it should be that
continue.
way. It should be that way. See, just
Yeah.
to remind me, after some time, so I'll also talk about one of my interview experience, couple of I think 2 3 years back, where I was rejected in final round because of this kind of work culture mismatch or the work culture differentiations. So I'll come to
Hmm.
that point as well, but let's continue on what we
Yeah.
are discussing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So important is the time which you're supposed to spend with your family, with your hobbies, with your personal things. You feel completely okay to devote to get disturbance on to meet your like working targets or your working demands, which can be easily avoided. In my opinion, can be easily avoided. It doesn't make much difference. Doesn't make much sense if I'm not working for 2 hours, 3 hours over the weekend, and that is something which cannot be achieved on the weekdays only. And in contrary to these kind of working environment, working condition in India, even we are being trained and we are giving kind of work culture updates and trainings in our companies also, where we are being told that how we should behave, how we should conduct our professional behavior with our European colleagues. So we have clear instructions. We are not supposed to call them over the weekend. We are not supposed to give them any work instructions or anything beyond their office hours. How we need to conduct with them. So we understand the importance of personal time, personal life for our European and US and foreign colleagues. But same time, we are kind of forced to meet all those deadlines from morning 6 a.m. to evening 10 p.m. 11 p.m. Sometimes some important call, some senior. a person wants to have some discussion in because he's not having any bandwidth or time set available. So even it is okay to have that meeting midnight. What kind of work culture we are creating here? Why they are not a very strong, very good corporate laws available? How can someone see? Important is if someone is starting his career, or even at middle middle seeking people also, even at someone at mid level management, senior management level, they all have the personal life. But we all understand, okay, yes, if there are certain requirements, meetings, or some hours, you're not you feel extreme difficult. Almost you feel guilt when I say, okay, oh, I'm sorry, but I will not be able to make this meeting because I have some personal commitment. You will start feeling guilt. Why is it so? And worst part is we are glorifying such kind of things. Long back means I think not even 2 years back I was attending one I was in one of the meetings and I heard like one of my very senior leader. So he was going through some very one important project, one important initiative. And in doing the discussion, what I observe, like what my observation, or in fact, I'll not encourage those kind of things, but I heard that like two, three people talked about that we were not able to sleep more than 3 to 4 hours for last 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And we are glorifying such things. Why? So, important point here is that we are setting that kind of expectations with your other people as well. What is the need to glorify? Why can't we glorify? Okay, boss, I deliver. I like whatever I am supposed to deliver. What I am supposed to do. What all my uh, job activities or what all job expected from me or for my job, I can deliver those things. I'm supposed to work 9 hours a day, and I'm able to deliver more than 100%, more than 110%, even within 8 hours. Why can't we glorify such things? Why do I need to glorify? I okay? I am working 12 hours, 13 or 14 hours. So we are creating a kind of very toxic culture. And if my senior, my vice president, my director is saying, "Oh, in last 4 months I haven't slept even more than 5 hours, 4 hours," then how someone who is joining my team 6 months before, 8 months before, can come and say, "Okay, hey Devin, I'm feeling extreme work pressure, and I'm not able to cope up with this kind of this level of expectations. Can you please help me?" He or she cannot, because every time in every meeting I am talking about, hey guys, I'm starting from Japan, then I'm working in India, then I'm working in US, and I'm working 14 hours a day. How he or she can say I'm not able to cope up this level of work pressure? So first of all, we need to stop glorifying such things. We need to set realistic work culture, work timings, work expectations. It has become a norm to talk about, oh, if you need good work-life balance, better to join TCS or better to join um, Infosys, better to join some like Indian IT company or this or that. Yeah, definitely. Big Four, Big Five, or this consulting company, they pay handsome money. They will pay you 1.5, 1.6, or even double compared to Indian any these core service sector kind of companies. But but you should be ready to work 14 hours a day. My point is why are you when you're signing your offer letter? Are you saying that okay, I'm offering you 1.5 times of salary on top of your current salary or on your counter offer, but we expect you to work for 14 hours.
Mama,
तो पॉइंट इज कि
can I
हाउ दे,
add something?
मैं या
आई थिंक मतलब देखिए जो जब मैं उस वाले फेस में था 4-5 साल के एक्सपीरियंस में, तो मुझे केवल जो मैं अपना ही पर्सनल बता रहा हूँ, व्हाट आई कैन सी, आई मीन मेरी नज़र केवल इस पे होती थी कि पैकेज कितना ज़्यादा मिल रहा है। और उस समय बैचलर भी होते थे, कोई फैमिली की कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी नहीं है। तो ये क्वेश्चन तो दिमाग में आता भी नहीं था, एटलीस्ट एट दैट टाइम, कि हमें 14 आवर्स काम करना पड़ेगा या ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा। तब तो एक अंदर से इंस्पिरेशन ये रहती थी कि नहीं नहीं, मैक्सिमम काम करेंगे, सीखेंगे। तब की बात मतलब कि तो ये चीज जो है इनिशियल पॉइंट में तो नहीं आती है। इनिशियली इनिशियली तो ठीक रहता है, आप जितना ज्यादा काम करो, यू लर्न क्वाइट अ लॉट। बट ये अपने आप से भी तो होता है, मतलब मैं किसी के प्रेशर में नहीं करता था। आई डोंट यूज टू वर्क
एग्जैक्टली
विद, आई मीन
दैट इज
या
दैट
मैं
इज वेरी
मुझे अच्छा
इंपॉर्टेंट
लगता
पॉइंट.
था, सीखना था, इसलिए मैं करता था।
That is very important point. When I started my IT career, so I spent almost nine and a half years into core manufacturing sector. Then I got into IT environment. So initially, like we work on one implementation project. So me and couple of my friends, we used to come to office on Saturdays, but that was a volunteer because we wanted to because we कि ठीक है आज हम लोग ऑफिस सैटरडे हम लोग ऑफिस जाएंगे, we'll have lunch also, and we'll couple of good things, and same time we'll also do some cross learning as well. So basically,
हम्म
we were there for our own choice. There was no ask. Even many times many were not aware कि okay Devend Mohanty or Santosh they were in office and such as well. So working extra, putting extra effort, as Narayan Modi said, कि youngster should work for 70 hours. So I think that was his point. When I'm working or
हम्म
when I'm spending 70 hours, so those the 20, 30 hours are for my own cause, for my own learning, for my own enthusiasm. A sports person, a football player, he plays or he spends for say 800 calories in a day in the ground. So it's not that he's being asked. He's enjoying this game. So if I'm in office on Saturday, if I'm if I'm staying 2 hours, 3 hours hours late, it's for my own learning. I'm not being asked. I'm enjoying that time. So I think exactly this is what Narayan Murthy also mentioned. The youngster should work 70 hours. Obviously, after my 30, 40 hours of normal working hours, which I am supposed to work for the company, I should be spending some hours to learn and upskill myself. It's a different story.
या
But as you
एक
mentioned,
एक चीज ऐड करना चाहूंगा मामा मैं,
Mhm.
कि एक्चुअली ये नहीं देखिए शुरुआत में तो क्या होता है भाई, हम लोग को भाई इंडिया में सैलरीज जो शुरुआती सैलरीज होती हैं काफी कम होती हैं। सो आई मीन एवरीबडी लुक फॉर कि क्या कहते हैं, थोड़ा सैलरी एक लेवल पे आ जाए कि आपके खर्चे खर्चे निकल। लेकिन एक एक टाइम ऐसा आता है, आई थिंक उस समय हम ब्लाइंड हो जाते हैं, और या तो हम समझ नहीं पाते हैं इस चीज को, जहाँ पे कि मनी वर्सेस टाइम, मतलब कि हाउ, मतलब कि ओके ठीक है मुझे इतना पैकेज मिल रहा है, बट मेरी कितनी एनर्जी और कितना टाइम जा रहा है, हम उसका कैलकुलेशन करना छोड़ देते हैं। वी जस्ट ओनली सी दिस मच मनी, वी फॉरगेट अबाउट हाउ मच एफर्ट्स एंड माई लाइफ विल गो ओवर देयर। सो
Okay.
वो एक सर्टेन पॉइंट पे आके वो थिंकिंग प्रोसेस आई थिंक जल्दी नहीं आता है, अनलेस यू हैव फैमिली एंड अदर थिंग्स एज वेल इन योर लाइफ। तो वो
Okay.
थोड़ा सा, वो चीज मैंने देखा यूरोपियन कल्चर में थोड़ा सा कम है यहाँ पे। यहाँ पे लोग ये
थोड़ा
देखते हैं
सा आई
वेदर
विल
आई एम
से कि
एंजॉइंग
बहुत कम
और
है.
नॉट।
एंड सेकेंड पॉइंट टू योर पॉइंट, ठीक है अंडरस्टैंड कि उस यंग एज में या उस टाइम पे हम लोग नहीं सोचते हैं. बट मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट पॉइंट इज कि culture is not something which can be built to this level and this level and this level and this level. Very valid point. First of all, when big four any aggressive company or any startup when they are releasing offer letter for me, are they asking me to work for 14 hours? Are you saying clearly कि नहीं भैया, if you want to work in my company, I am giving you instead of TCS 6 lakh of starting salary, I will give you 14 lakhs, but you're supposed to work for 14 hours. Are they saying that? नहीं ना. You're talking about your policy. Okay, you are entitled to these 14 leaves in a year, five medical leave in a year. This will be fixed pay. This will be your bonus, and you are supposed to work in normal 9 hours per day. You are supposed to work on shift. You are supposed to work from any office. You're talking about all these conditions. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Are you mentioning that no, we will be paying you double the TC what TCS or what Infosys is paying, but we will also ask you to work double the TCS. Are you saying you're not, no? So second is कि if you are building that kind of work culture to at that level, that will continue to top level as well. You cannot have two work culture, no? कि no, no, someone I am offering or someone who is with this company for last 20 years or someone is having family for him work culture will be different and for you work culture will be different. Culture is something which we create over the uh, long period of time, which is the DNA of a company. Cannot be flexible to person A and to different person A and different person B. And now important point is, in my opinion, in given conditions, nothing going to change until government comes up with very strong laws. Like recently we heard that I think in Australia and some other places also, government has
Mm-hmm.
put certain laws. Yes, you cannot expect any employee to work after business hours. You cannot.
एक मिनट मामा, ये जो आपने बात बोली बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. आई ट्राई टू वन वी विल बी एडिटिंग दिस पॉडकास्ट टू हाईलाइट दिस पॉइंट. आई थिंक ये हमें यूरोपियन कल्चर से हल्का सा हम कुछ कुछ अच्छी ये ले सकते हैं, सीख ले सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे आपका मैनेजर डरता है भाई आपसे बोलने में कि भैया थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा काम कर लो. ही आई मीन स्ट्रिक्ट लॉज है बहुत ही. आई मीन उसके
बिल्कुल.
ये ट्रेनिंग का पार्ट होता है उनकी कि आप ऐसा कर ही नहीं सकते.
अरे
मतलब यहाँ तो मतलब कि
we have
किसी को
such
थोड़ा सा भी
we
काम
have
हुआ.
such kind of sessions every 6 months or year. कि how we should deal with our counterparts in Germany or Netherlands or in Belgium.
हम्म.
So as you mentioned कि yes we are not supposed to ask them, and as you mentioned कि manager जो है वो डरता है कि मतलब he is afraid कि should I ask him or her or not. In our work culture, even a mid-level manager, even a senior management level person, he is afraid to forget about say no. He is afraid to convey his sorry boss. Actually, I have some personal commitment. Suppose we have a meeting in office or we have some like some pre-scheduled meeting, which can be uh, a normal meeting. And
हम्म.
same day, I came to know that my daughter is having his or her some like important match or annual day or something like that.
हम्म.
I am talking about different excuses. आई एम फीलिंग गिल्टी कि बेटी के फंक्शन में चले जाऊं कि ऑफिस की मीटिंग छोड़ दूं. I will stop. I have seen people where they are making unnecessary excuses just to attend some party or so like he is having some important guest or someone is having guest as a, like his or her parents are coming or the sisters are coming after a long time or he's having some birthday party or some event with their kids like that, and they will in like many cases they will talk about very different excuses. Someone is sick in my family, even to some extent someone passed away. I have very important government office appointment. I need to go for my passport verification, so police officer has given me this time slot only, sir. अब सरकार गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस को मैं कैसे मना करूंगा? Why can't I go and simply say, कि, no, sir, I am not available in second half, or I am taking leave because I need to attend my kids' annual function. Okay, I understand annual function is not for more than 4 to 5 hours, but yes, I want to go along with my kids and I'll spend my whole day and post that we will go for lunch or dinner. It's my leave, it's my time, it's my family. I'm not compromising with anything in my office duties. ओनली आई एम फीलिंग गिल्ट कि नहीं भैया मैं बॉस अपने तो ऑफिस में गया इस मीटिंग में नहीं जा पाऊंगा बेटे का फंक्शन अटेंड करना है एंड अनलेस आई एम गिविंग दोस काइंड ऑफ एक्सक्यूजेस आई एम फीलिंग गिल्ट so what kind of work culture what kind of environment we are creating here I'll give you one two example so
Mm-hmm.
up when I got married in 2003 so उस समय हमारे जो मैनेजर थे मोगे साहब so
Mm-hmm.
I before the shadi I went to him and I said I'm planning leave फिफ्थ को मेरी शादी है सो लाइक थर्ड फोर्थ वाले एक वीक पहले से सो बेसिकली आई एम प्लानिंग फॉर टू एंड हाफ वीक ऑफ लीव टू एंड हाफ वीक ऑफ लीव नहीं भैया आई मार्क्ड योर लीव फॉर एंटायर मंथ ऐसा इतना मैं क्या करूंगा तो तुम जो भी करना बट फॉर मी आई हैव प्लान योर लीव फॉर एंटायर मंथ why cannot we have see, point is we have n number of people in my department we have two to three engineers in each shift why can't we survive for 1 month without one person am I so critical and I said thank you sir but I think I will be back by after well, it's your choice but for me you're free for entire July
Mm-hmm.
why can't we do that why aap need to come to me and say ki, I have one appointment consulate I need half day leave and then after is going to attend his kids football match so we need to stop those kind of things and this can happen only when we talk about very strong government regulations otherwise it's not going to happen in some company one big boss will come he will talk about work life balance he will talk about employee welfare all these things and then again down the line he will have all those toxic managers they will continue with the same thing and once that particular manager is not there and once he moved on to some other job things will back to the same so you need very strong regulations you need very strong laws
Yeah. Agree,
now
agree, Mama.
second
I
point
think, I
is
mean,
as in yeah go ahead
no, 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 nothing. You go ahead.
so this is about work culture work environment kind of things but now what we can do as an individual what we should do as an individual so I'll say a couple of things one is along with your educations like when we are in our schools or college or all these things. So I think along with that, we also need to we have to have some like kind of like discussion and preparations for these youngsters to cope up with such kind of situations. In like in most of the schools or the colleges, in generally we are not vocal to talk about or to express our opinions, express our concerns. So we need to change that mindset. And be it at
Yeah.
home, be it in relatives, be it in colleges, we should be talking about what is my preferences, what I want. Maybe, maybe I'm okay what you're saying, but first let me speak my opinion. Let me speak my concern. Because यहाँ पे कैसा है अभी सिचुएशन कैसा है कि even we are not ready to talk about our concern. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how many times that particular that girl has spoken to her managers or higher ups, but I have seen
Mm-hmm.
in my time that many times people even do not speak. Simply they will say sick leave. So we need to start voicing our point. We need to raise our voice. We need to say, कि, okay, take it. I understand this is important, it's critical, and I will do my best to manage it. I'll try my best to even come over the weekend as well, or to spend like work on this project for like more than required hours. But first, hear me out, listen to me, and that is something which we need to start from the very beginning. So
Yes,
the
Om.
very important point is that we need to teach them to raise their voice, to raise their concern, to raise their opinion, and like without any fear, without any like what other people will judge uh, me, like without getting into those kind of thought process. Simply, if you feel okay, this is up, this is good for me. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to convey. We should talk about without thinking what they will think. Very important. Second is if I feel that I am not comfortable with something, I should speak up. So and there's something which is long process. You
Yeah.
cannot teach someone in one or two meetings and sessions. Okay, we will have one or two counseling session, and then I'll teach my employees or my students. They will speak up. No, it will not happen.
नो नो मैम एक्चुअली वो ये प्रोसेस मतलब कि आप 24 25 ईयर्स ओल्ड जब आप हो चुके हो तब तक आप ऑलरेडी अपनी पर्सनालिटी काफ़ी हद तक डेवलप कर चुके हो। आपके अंदर वो
Absolutely.
एक्सप्रेसिवनेस जो है वो लगभग लगभग या तो है या तो नहीं है। अब
नहीं है।
उसको इम्प्रूव करने वाले कुछ ही होते हैं, मतलब कि 100 में से 1 होते हैं जो कि इम्प्रूव करके लेडर में भी आगे कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स में भी आगे बढ़ते हैं। एक्चुअली कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स का एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है कि बीइंग एक्सप्रेसिव, व्हाट यू थिंक,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
स्पीक। एंड ये प्रोसेस इसको मैं थोड़ा सा कॉन्ट्रास्ट में यहां से ऐसे बोलता हूँ, जैसे यहाँ का जो स्कूलिंग सिस्टम है, यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेसिवनेस को बहुत ज्यादा प्रमोट करते हैं, व्हाट यू थिंक। तो बच्चों को बोलने दिया जाता है। इवन हमारे जो मुझे याद है, मतलब अब तो शायद चेंज हो रहा होगा, चेंज हो गया, जब हम पढ़ रहे थे तो हमें ज्यादा हम क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो उसको लिए मना कर दिया जाएगा कि जितना बता रहे हैं ये एग्जाम में आता है, इसको पढ़ो और ये ऐसे होता है। सो
बिल्कुल
ये जो
इसको लिख लो
बच्चों को
इसको।
जो जो क्यूरियासिटी जो बच्चों की जो है वो वहीं पे ही आपने किल कर दी। कि वो एक तो
एब्सोल्युटली
उसके अंदर
एब्सोल्युटली।
मन में क्वेश्चन आया, उसके बाद उसने क्वेश्चन पूछा और उसको शर्मिंदगी फील करनी पड़ी। ही हैज टू फील एम्बेरस। एंड वो कल्चर से तो फिर हमें, मतलब कि आई थिंक ये और भी बड़ी चीज है कि कल्चरली स्कूल लेवल पे भी इसको चेंज होना होगा। वो तो बहुत बड़ा काम हो जाएगा, लेकिन आई थिंक उसके कुछ फास्ट ट्रैक तरीके भी अभी हमको निकालने पड़ेंगे। एक तो तरीका तो फास्ट ट्रैक में तो ये भी होना चाहिए, समथिंग लाइक आफ्टर जब तुम 10th और 11th 12th में आ जाते हो, कि एक मैंडेटरी क्लासेस हैं कि आप कम से कम एटलीस्ट स्टार्ट बीइंग एक्सप्रेसिव। अगर एक साइड में ये कोर्स हो, so it will help them to even being a good communicator as well. मैं यहाँ पर यूरोप में देखता हूँ, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल दोज हु आर कमिंग फ्रॉम इंडिया, दे आर स्टिल इन द इंजीनियरिंग, they are not moving up in the ladder because of the communication. Most of the, I'm not, there are exceptions,
Yeah.
those who are exceptionally
Absolutely.
well with their communication, they are moving to on higher ladder. But it's a, we are stuck. We are means a lot of people are stuck because of the communication.
Communication. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So this is something which cannot be taught in 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 sessions or even like 2 weeks, 3 weeks of classes. Something which we need to start focusing at least starting from eighth, ninth, or even at least by 10th grade. We should start focusing on these things. कि you need to speak up. जो तुमको
Yeah,
ठीक
I think, I
नहीं
mean,
लग रहा है
hmm.
उस पे आप बात करो जाके. Otherwise you will get in the same thing of making false excuses. ये हो गया था, वो हो गया था. I fell down my bike. So if I'm not comfortable, I should say कि भाई ये नहीं हो पा रही. I'm not able to do it. No, no, we have to deliver by so. सर नहीं हो सकता है. And very important is that now is a time when government and labor laws they need to do something. Otherwise, this is going to be very difficult.
I mean,
Second,
if they would
second
be in
important.
future, sorry, I was saying, I mean, in
Uh,
future, if they would be listening to our podcast or maybe some other podcaster, if they will make a content around it, so maybe, I mean, there is a possibility that more and more awareness will come, and once awareness will come more and more, then at the end of the day, most probably government will shake. I mean,
no,
it will
definitely, definitely,
get into their
definitely.
ears as well. And I think, I mean, I don't know, I mean, what will happen with my podcast, but I mean, if for an example, if my podcast will grow and grow and grow, and maybe I will be inviting one day, I mean, the education minister and all other people, and I would be raising this point. So most probably, I mean, since I mean we are taking this step, we are talking about it, we are thinking, I mean, it's also kind of brainstorming, not brainstorming, but at least thinking out of how we can remove or uh, basically make it less serious, or maybe improve the situation. So I think, I mean, this awareness, I mean, we are talking about this. Since we are talking about this, we are discussing about it, it will spread awareness. And I mean, it might take its own time, maybe, or maybe we have to do something extra as well, maybe kind of preparing courses for them or something. I mean, some other people will inspire from our podcast, from other podcasts. They will start creating these kind of uh, courses, maybe at a school level, maybe, because I mean, if a school cannot provide it, at least, I mean, at the time of school they can get these extra classes within the school or something like that. Some we have to, I mean, it cannot, I mean, it cannot be resolved with a conventional way. We have to go think some out of the box solution, or
Absolutely.
maybe some different ways. So I think, I mean, I'm quite optimistic that my country will have will produce quite a good communicators. And I mean, not quite a good, I would say, the mass of my country, mass people of my country will have good communication skill in coming days, I think.
Absolutely.
I
Yes,
mean,
I
I'm
think
optimistic
good
about
thing
it.
is, so I think now good thing is ki, because of all this social medias and professional platforms. So now I can see like in last couple of days, LinkedIn and a lot of media platform Twitter, they have flooded with this kind of news, and there has been a lot of discussion. There is a lot of buzz around this thing. So definitely, I believe in coming days we should see something very positive around this, and definitely government is listening, and they have to listen to us.
And I
So
think, I mean, there would be, Mama. I think, I mean, because I mean, this is also social problem. I don't know how it will, but maybe some entrepreneur will come up with some idea, which will, which will make such kind of product. I mean, I don't know how, but maybe he will make such kind of product which will help. I mean, to effectively communicate people. Because communication, I mean, by the time, I mean, I was 31, I used to think communication means, I mean, English and more and more advanced words. No, but it's not.
yeah,
You don't need, I mean, very high five words. It's about, first you need to realize what you are thinking, and you have to be clear about that, and then start expressing it. So that's
absolutely. I
communication.
think two, three are very important aspect of communication. Number one is you need to be very clear about your thoughts.
Hmm.
Second is you should be able to convey your thoughts effectively without lot of this kind of things. You should be able to convey what is my thought process, what is my idea, and how this is going to impact, how I am feeling about this. So I should be able to communicate that effectively. It's not
Hmm.
about having very very complex vocabulary, talking about a lot of phrases and all these things, although like very fancy language command. It's more about how effectively you're able to communicate your idea, how you yourself convince with your thought process, with your thoughts, with your idea, and if, are you able to convince or even not convince, are you able to at least convey your idea?
Yeah.
Convincing and different thing, but how effectively are you able to convey without having any misinterpretation or any gaps? You should be able to communicate. So I think that is the
One more,
crux of communication.
tangential. Yeah, sorry, Mama. One more tangential thought, a little bit. So I see the pattern. I mean, I was also kind of same person. I mean, what I'm going to describe, that starting. I mean, when people come into the career, I can talk about IT. I mean, not other professions. But I mean, there is a tendency of couple of people. I mean, those who are smart in technology and tech, so that I want to just do the development. I don't want to talk meeting and all this thing. So एक ये जो clearly define कर देते हैं, नहीं नहीं नहीं, मैं केवल problem solve करूंगा, I will not communicate. ये attitude ठीक नहीं है. शुरुआत में ठीक है, आप अपना टाइम बचाना चाह रहे हो, concentrate करना चाह रहे हो, but you are missing the opportunity to communicate. एंड वही आप 3-4 साल आप सर्वाइव कर सकते हो, 5 साल सर्वाइव कर सकते हो, इवन 10 साल सर्वाइव कर सकते हो, बट उसके बाद क्या, आगे कैसे बढ़ोगे? ठीक है, एक आध दो जो होंगे दे आर एक्सट्रीमली गुड, आई मीन इन technical, they can, I mean, they can be a developer or architect for a long period of time. But communication, where is communication? You lost the opportunity of, I mean, improving your communication. So मेरी रिक्वेस्ट ये होगी कि हमें कम्युनिकेशन पे इवन जो लोग बहुत ही स्ट्रांग डेवलपमेंट बैकग्राउंड रखते हैं उनको भी कम्युनिकेशन में बहुत ध्यान रखना चाहिए। मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, जैसे यहाँ पे यूरोप यूरोप के जो जो डेवलपर्स हैं, मैं तो उनको भाई जिस जिस प्रोफेशन में मैं काम करता हूँ उन्हीं को, भले ही वो टेक्निकली बहुत ज्यादा उनके पास एक्सपोजर नहीं होगा। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल उनके जो स्टैंडर्ड्स है पढ़ाई लिखाई के जो भी है यूनिवर्सिटी में, वो थोड़े काफी स्टैंडर्डाइज हैं। तो अगर वो यूनिवर्सिटी से निकल के आते हैं तो उनको आता है, सही से आता है, कॉन्सेप्चुअली फंडामेंटल्स उनके काफी स्ट्रांग होते हैं। दूसरा, उनके पास भले ही प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो, लेकिन उनका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल 100 में से 99 सबके बहुत अच्छे होते हैं। 100 में से
Mhm.
99, सो आप उनसे compete ही नहीं कर पाओगे यूरोपियन मार्केट में, यूएस मार्केट में, अगर आपको ऊपर बढ़ना है। तो कम्युनिकेशन इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, आई मीन, इन योर करियर। एंड पीपल don't realize it. I mean, it is really a important thing because they are, I mean, into the bubble. Okay, now my salary is this, and the next package would be this based on this technology, and technology is always changing. So maybe you can survive for 1 year, 10 years, but I mean, later on, communication skills, if you haven't worked, even, I mean, after having, I mean, a lot of 10 years of experience, if you do not have a good communication skill, how would you, I mean, if you have some idea in your mind to build a product, but how you will convince other people?
Yeah.
Because you have, I mean,
Okay.
you have not prepared yourself for it. So this is, I mean, this was one of the thought I thought to share. Sorry.
So just to add your into your point, I'll add just couple of things based on my experience into IT industry almost for 20 years.
Hmm.
There are a couple of things. And again, as I mentioned, here we have like unnecessary, like a lot of hype and other things about this like overworking and all these things. Like basically, we have glamorized this kind of. So again, I come to the same thing in this communication as well. So in my opinion, that what I have observed, not specific to or not to challenge someone, but what my observation is, there are a couple of things. One is I am not really good at communication, really not good at expressing myself. So I am taking the shield of no, I am a techie.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
a
a
good
techie.
point. Actually, reality is this.
And now, if you ask those techie to come in a conference room and talk about your the technical development, technical delivery, I have seen in many cases he will struggle to express or to explain what he has delivered, what he has developed, and how this development is going to enable my business processes. IT ultimately you are in business process enablement. So even being top class techie, he will struggle to communicate, to explain what he has developed, why he has developed, what will be the advantage of that product.
Yeah,
So if I'm
just a
not
minute,
able, so
just to add one
just
thing, Mama.
just
Sorry.
so so if we are not able to communicate effectively, able to explain effectively what you have developed, something is missing. So you're hiding yourself with the level of I'm a techie.
Good point. Very good point.
Second point, when we say he or she is a techie, then you will also see many of those techies are again hiding one or two specific technologies. Even you are not exploring to the wide spectrum of that technology the way these European kids are exploring. When I see someone like from this these kids, when we say that yes, I am full stack developer. So before saying I am full stack developer, he is truly a full stack developer. But I am doing backend coding and I have done just one or two level of testing, and I have written two times of this business requirement documents, and I start calling myself as a I am a full stack developer. So somewhere you are, because of that fear of public speaking, fear of communication, you're hiding yourself. Okay, I'm techie. Being a techie, also you have to be a very good communicator, very essential, even to explain what you have to do. But I think we are deviating from the topic of when what we started as part of this entire discussion. So, what I feel, what we should do as an individual, or what I would do as an individual. So, how can I say, or how can I use my voice? How can I say my discomfort? How can I convey my limitations? So, for that, what should I do? So, in my opinion, and not specific to this particular case, what we started. I am not saying that. Like I understand okay, what she has gone through, but this I am talking about is from my experience only, or what I have seen couple of good people in my team in my this professional journey. So my point here is there are a couple of things. Number one, be vocal. If you're not comfortable with something, please speak up. Openly talk about your limitations. Very important. And honestly speaking, no one will judge you. At least if I'm saying ki this is something which I'm not able to deliver, or this is where I'm struggle. If you're honest in your communication, I believe in 90, 95, 95, 99% cases, no one will judge you on those things. They will clearly expect, okay, this he or she has not done this thing previously, but definitely he or she will struggle. They will accept it. So please be vocal, speak up. No one is going to scold, no one going to judge you. Another very important point is be honest. When I say be honest, very important is if I'm supposed to deliver something with my given capacity or with realistic capacity, always try to deliver not 100%, always try to deliver 110%. So they have two things. One is, I clearly mentioned what is realistic. If I'm supposed to deliver one development, one product, whatever is my duties, so if I'm delivering 110%, correct? So when I'm saying it, here we are talking about the realistic targets. If I'm delivering on my targets, we are talking about our limitations, what I will be able to deliver, what I will not be able to deliver. Then I'm delivering that thing. Post that, if so, then you feel when you so basically this will give you very confidence and boost for your personal growth. So when you're delivering what you're supposed to deliver, you're doing your 100% effort. You will have no fear to say yes or no to some commitments. So be honest in your effort. Be honest with your job. What we see in environment also, okay, when there is like not tough timelines or something like that, then we also like on other extreme we also see okay, people are spending 8 9 hours in office without doing anything. So if you do not have any project, if you do not have any like important work or even important task to deliver, spend your time in learning. Spend your time in like doing something different. Go and talk to your lead. Go and talk to your boss. Go and talk to your manager. Hey, I have a time, and I'm able to support any like to this project team in my capacity. Even I'm not assigned to this project. So be honest, deliver your things, and that will give you a lot of confidence when it comes to extreme work pressure. Third important point is very important, and hundred psychologists also have mentioned this. When you are in such conditions, speak up, because it is almost all psychologists and people have mentioned hundreds of times.
Hmm.
Even at last moment of your societal thoughts, if you speak to someone, there is a more than 90% chances that you will change your mind. So talk to your peers, talk to your seniors, talk to your friends, talk to your family, and talk about your current situation and ask for help. But please understand, life is beautiful. There is no reason to give up. There's no reason to sacrifice your life. When we talk about the sacrifice, those are like different different circumstances. I'm not a soldier who is fighting with my enemies on the border. So I'm giving my life on my duties. I'm a corporate employee. I'm a corporate employee. I have no reason to sacrifice my life just for the sake of I'm not able to deliver something. I'm not on Siachen border of Ladakh or this Pakistan border. No, I'll fight till my last breath. I'm not in that situation. So your life is precious. Speak up. Talk to your family. Talk to your parents. Talk to your brothers and sisters. Talk to your seniors. Ask for help within your company. But please, please, there's no reason to do that kind of sacrifice, to that kind of extreme steps. Life is beautiful. That's it.
Thank you, Ama. Thank you, Ama, for today's thought. I mean, today's wonderful thoughts about this topic. So we will wrap up from here, and guys, see you with the next episode with maybe with Sunu Ama or maybe with some other people. Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.